some planning. You know, you have to sit and work out how this one's gonna. Yeah, that's good. So when you guys get game, there's Lake Ava. We should have a Lake Ava challenge. I think so, right?
A Lake Ava challenge?
Yeah, I think we're gonna need to do that. Yeah,
no, that would be cool.
So we're gonna start a new game. Pick out something. We have islands. Now the top bits here are like northern geography with, you know, pine trees and that sort of thing. Down at the bottom we've got, you know, tropical. It's got a lot of palm trees, and in the middle is in the middle lots of oak and things like that. Shady Strands. It's pretty name.
I'm wondering
islands.
what Quill is doing.
2 rivers.
I wonder what Quill chose.
Anyway, 2 rivers, Blackwoods.
Blackwoods is good.
Sounds good. Let's do that.
Let's do Blackwoods.
And you know, if you want to play one way or the other, you're looking for more farming.
I bet.
You know, you can pick some things there. And you notice suitable area for building. So if you know, you can, some have a lot of water, less room to build.
Launchpad, hello and welcome.
Hello, no kidding. Hi.
There's something I want to point out about this game, though, is one of the best attributes about it is even after you have populated your city, and I've seen this already. I've seen a massively overpopulated city, like you got buildings, big buildings, and lots of traffic, and people walking everywhere doing everything. The game doesn't slow down. Like you can zoom in, zoom out, it just pan around.
Fast.
There's no catchy frames. There's nothing like that. Everything is just there and loaded, and it's fantastic.
It's so quick. It's brilliant. Now we start out with the square. It's the same size squares as the other city building game had, but the scale is very different in terms of you know, building sizes and things like that. You know, in the other game we would have had a chunk like this that was just an oil rig sort of you know, area. So you get a lot more building done anyway. This is going to be a small one to start because it's water all the way around. There's a lot less land here. Oh my goodness gracious!
Yeah, I know.
Okay,
she wants some attention.
What do we need to call this thing? Something obviously other. You know, we
How
should
about
have named it Bella
Bellaton?
or something like that. But anyway, so we're gonna let's get back in here. Where's the thing? Here, go. So here we are with the things. You've got one ways. Did I pick left-handed traffic? I didn't. I fail.
You did what now? Sorry.
I didn't pick left-handed traffic on this one. So anyway, you know, this is a little thing. Well, I know Quill's doing it. He talked about it. I did it too a couple times, and then I tried a nice roundabout here. It was so pretty, and it didn't really work out well for me with the other things I was doing. So we're just going to continue the one way, if I can remember which way it is now. So it's one way out this way. So we can just do a click and drag. Now watch the maps. You've got, see the little squares, and how they snap to, and it makes it really nice. Not there. When you're lining stuff up. And see, I can see I don't have it quite straight here. So I'm not going to do that.
I have an idea.
What?
You should
what? You have
put
ideas?
several of those little chews right across.
Chews?
Yeah, several of them. Make 9 inside there.
I don't know
see
about
what would happen.
9. I think
10 then.
That was the one way. I don't want to do that. That, make that.
There's a one way to shoot
no,
you right
you
back
can
out.
because you can go one way this way and go up, you know, and a one way the other way, which is what cities do.
Mm.
And I think that's what Quill has been doing with good success. So it's okay. Bellevue, Briarstone for a city name. Bellevue, I like that.
Bellevue? Bellevue then.
Would be kind of pretty.
That'll make her happy.
Now I don't know if I can even change it in game. I haven't never tried. Can I just look at this?
Look at that. Of course you can. You can do everything else. You can do that.
Bellevue, there it is. That's all we need. Done.
And what I mean by everything else, there is a lot that you can do in this game. There is a lot that you can do.
It's so fun.
Okay, keep going. Go.
Hey, Yorkie, hello.
Hello, Haig.
Oh my gosh, this is fun. So I don't know. Well, you start out with just roads, water, electricity.
Mm-hmm.
Now where's my water and which way is it flowing? Okay, so that's going that way. That's awesome.
That's
so we can put an
town.
out one there. Now, of course, when I buy the next one, now it's coming into town.
Right.
Now there is a thing in this where if you went to the map edit, you could choose any one of like what you end up getting. There's like 3 squares, 3, 3, 3. So you end up with 9 squares, and then with it, there's places already in place for mods to have more. But what you can do is just say, I want to play this map, but I want to start here in that corner.
Sure.
Or here. You can just change that in the if you choose to.
The default,
So-
you start here.
But default, you start in the middle. So you know what? We can deal with this.
So right now
What
we've
could
got a couple of
possibly go
roads with a
wrong?
couple of choose.
So there's the ins and the outs of things, and I'm just going to go ahead and place those as close over there as I can manage, and then have some good water, coming up this way. Now, there are dams in this game, and if any of you are watching Quill, I'm sure he's going to be talking about what can happen when you put in dams and then
You can really screw up your
take them down.
dams function as dams. What?
You can change how, the flow of water in the game, and that can get really interesting.
That water is dynamic.
Now, I like wind. It's clean. It's not as efficient. We know this, but it's clean. The dark areas is where you've got the most wind, because here you're not going to make as much. You won't make as much power, of course, because there's less wind. So you know what? If I put that right there, that thing will automatically, the blue area, as long as these areas kind of overlap, then that thing will be powered automatically, from the machine once it gets functioning. And if I'll grab just anywhere in the blue area and drag it down to this one, and now this one is powered as well. So
How's that for awesome?
Road.
It'd be nice if we could run power lines that quickly underground.
Yes, it would.
All right.
Now, if you use the guides, really use the guides. You can snap and make sure that everything is, nice and proper and doing all the things you want it to do. Do I want to go out that far when you first come into town? Well, why not?
I don't know. You're the architect here. Don't ask me.
I don't think that's a good idea, but what could go wrong? It'll be fine.
Look at that. You got a little dipper.
A little dipper. And this is where they're building. That's going to be zoned automatically. If you're like me, see, that's really not enough. I'm going to move over a little bit more so I have room for trees in the middle.
Yeah,
because
you want everybody to have a backyard.
Count. You gotta have a backyard. You do, right? It's a thing. Grab it here now, grab it there. Whoops. And that's not the same.
It's not the same. No, it hurts me.
I fail.
It hurts me.
Anyway, so that will give us some backyard room stuff.
Yep.
Okay, this is how not to build a fun city, but this is really efficient, and if you want to make money in a hurry, great. I turned the sound off, so now it's just going to
vibrate and make a lot more noise. Interesting.
Filling, you can, the buttons over here, you can just fill and say, do all the things.
Yep.
Housing,
all
whatever.
residential.
You've got this little square that will let you say, well, I don't want the back half of this residential, so we'll just do it this way. Do a click and drag. If you don't like what you've done,
look, they're building. They're already building.
You can right click, and they get all excited.
Go zoom in. Go in. There you go. Yay.
Look at look. They planted trees. Just right off, they put up trees.
See, that's awesome. I'm just saying that right there. What just happened just now is awesome.
They're just cute.
They have no
power.
They
have no power, and they have
so
no
they're not
water.
happy.
Well, we haven't done that yet. Now the power, once it connects to a block, the rest of the block is powered, and it will cross the street and go in and do things.
You can pause the game too.
Nerlosa,
I'm just saying you could pause the game.
I just did.
No, you didn't. Did you?
Yeah, I did. It's paused. See. Ta-da.
Oh, it is paused.
It is.
Wow, it's almost like you know what you're doing and
exciting.
stuff.
I know where the pause button is. I
That's
got that
nuts.
far. I do.
I didn't realize you knew how to play this game.
I don't. I really don't. See, they're all wrong. They're all messed up. I just like to follow the roads usually because it works out pretty well.
Yeah, seems pretty good.
Now, see what I'm doing here, putting them all down ahead of time. I don't know that that's necessarily a good idea because you're going to run out of money.
You run out of money, but still.
And it needs to also be connected. This is the in and that's the out. And if you look closely, you will see there are two pipes. So when they get running, one is blue for clean water and the other one is not as nice. So it's not.
It's gross.
It's poo water.
It's poo water.
And for
Check your
now,
poop.
I don't like I'm not keen on power lines because they get in the way of all the pretty stuff. But you know what? I'm just going to put that to there, and I'm going to hope that if I put in industrial, just pop it down back here real quick. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to do it at this side. So maybe they'll build that right away, and we can start moving it over. Or I could just fill this up, and it'll happen pretty quick.
Zoom in. I want to see it build again.
You like seeing me build little houses.
I do. You have to make it go.
They might not do it till I have power. I'm going to have to run a power line over.
No, they'll start building.
Like it.
They're termites. Look at them. There they go. They're building.
There you go. There you go. Looky. I think they put up all the scaffolding, and then the scaffolding comes down. There's a building under. Look, that's a little tiny. Is it cute?
That's a teeny tiny place.
It's a little house.
Welcome to John's place. This is John's place.
You know, Rock Dog, what you said, you could sit and watch them all day, and you can select every single person in the game has their own life. You can name them.
Yep.
You can follow them. They have their assigned house. They have a house. They live there. They go to work from the same place every day. Some of them have dogs, and you get to follow the little dogs around. It's cute.
It's interesting because that dynamic makes me want to play the game. I want to play the game regardless, due to the fact that it's a city builder, and I actually like city builders. But the fact is if I wanted to bring in that roguelike theme, I've got people, man. I could just name someone and follow them around until they die in some weird manner.
And they do. They age. You can. Well, we'll just do that. You can click on a house and see who lives there. There's 3 children, 1 teen, 6 adults in this place.
There's cars. Rainbow cars.
And I know they're little like bubblegum colored cars.
It's awesome.
They look like the little toy cars you had when you were a kid. You were driving around going vroom, vroom, vroom.
Notice how they park along the side of the road,
too. I know. Yes.
That is huge.
On-road parking.
On the road parking.
Yeah.
Which is amazing.
And I kind of hate to say what I'm about to say, but it's just true. When buildings are on fire, it's really cool.
When buildings are on fire, apparently it's really cool. You heard it here first.
Burn something I want to see. It's pretty bad.
More industrial is being built. Which way does the wind blow? Does it blow that way? Because I'm just realizing you could be blowing like smog and stuff.
That's true.
Over your people.
Yeah, it's true. Trees make a huge difference in population. In one of the recordings that will go up later this afternoon, over here you have all the things, and they come up sort of as you need them. I guess there's wind showing you how strong it is. It doesn't have I'm not seeing like direction though. But this opens and more open as you go, you can see where the pollution is. And there was one, I had this exact little layout. I was putzing around with, how does the game work kind of thing. And the pollution had gone, right into here. Light, but it was quite a ways.
Right.
I planted a whole row of trees there, and
you
the
got rid of
pollution
it.
just started creeping right back.
Yep. Because, trees are awesome.
And everybody got happy, and it was this little square, utterly boring town, and everybody was all thrilled.
They're planting their own trees, too, which I find is amazing.
They love trees, so. Now, I don't get trees until I have 1,100 people.
You need 1,100 before you can plant your own trees.
And that's, if you want to play the game, then you do it this way. And each, there's population milestones that will open more and more items for you. Or the built-in mod, click, I want all the things, and you have all the things.
Give them somewhere to shop. Give them a place to shop. They need shopping.
Oh, yeah, they do. We have no shopping.
And for shopping. Look at that.
It's not high. It's some.
It says high
and you can paint on like this too if you kind of want to swirl around stuff or whatever. You can paint on Actually,
you can paint shops.
I don't really want that there, do I? So
right across the road.
Am I too late? I'm too late. Okay, well,
you can get rid of it though.
That's all right. We'll just leave it. It's all good. Yeah, when you start in a city, I mean, some things work out well and some less so.
See, it disappeared.
Oh, it did.
The mayor was like, this is a no-shop building zone. Remove it. Out of here.
It doesn't always work right away. Sometimes it takes a bit for them to realize that they're breaking the law.
You're breaking the law. Breaking the law. Breaking the law. Breaking the law. Sorry. I just went a whole Judas Priest on you.
Okay. Yeah, you did. Just a little bit. That's
I need more coffee. You want more coffee?
Good. I always want more coffee.
Yeah? Okay. I'm going to take a little trip out and make some more coffee.
Okay,
I shall return.
I got to show you this.
Okay.
It's so cool.
I haven't left yet.
You haven't seen it? You might have seen it already. Now, when you're building roads, like, roundabouts are cool, right? You want a roundabout. You can choose a one-way road. Now, if you click it, whoops, wrong button. Now, over here, the curved road. So you do a click, And the first place you click is just going to set the corner that you're going to curve